like this season of winter? Maybe you enjoy playing in the snow, having snowball fights or sledding downhill. But I wonder, do you think you'd like it if you had to have winter time all year round? Hello everyone, I'm Kathleen Pelly. Welcome to Journey with Story. Today's story is an old folk tale from a country called Bulgaria, and it's all about a wicked winter witch who prevents spring from coming to the earth, and so the people are stuck in winter time all year long. Mums, dads, grown-ups, if you're enjoying these stories on my podcast, please visit my website at www.kathleenpelly.com for information on how to purchase one of my own award-winning published books. Let's take a journey with The Little Girl and the Winter Whirlwinds. One year, the wicked winter witch decided to stop spring from coming on time and make winter the only season on earth. She hid the sun behind dark clouds and covered the earth with heavy snow. So one morning, the people from a small mountain village woke up and found their houses buried under the snow up to the roofs. They started digging tunnels from their own to the neighbouring houses and gathered in small groups to decide what they should do. Finally, they decided the best thing to do was to send someone up to the highest mountain peak where the good wizard Father Frost lived in his palace of ice and ask him for help. But no one was willing to go on such a dangerous trip. "I am ready to go," an old man said, "but I'm afraid I'm too old and slow to reach the peak on time. If only I was 20 years younger." "Don't worry, grandfather, I will go," his little granddaughter said. She was an orphan who had lived with him ever since her parents had died a long time ago. "No, not you," the neighbours cried. "You're too young and tender for such a hard job. Why, you don't even have a warm coat, no hat and no scarf, not even woolen mittens." "I'm not afraid," the little girl said. "My feet are strong and I'm as fast as a mountain goat." "Oh, but you'll freeze up there with no shelter to hide from frost." "I will not," the girl said firmly. "I have a warm little heart full of love for everyone, and it will save me from the frost." "Go, my child," the old man said. "I know your good heart, and I trust it." The children, who were all her friends, gave her their warmest clothes. "Here, take my coat," one of them said. "My mittens are so warm, put them on," said another. "Take my hat, my scarf, my woolen socks, and my boots." And soon the little girl was ready to go. She waved back at her friends and started for the snowy mountain peak, a quick pace, never thinking about rest. Soon she was able to see the glittering ice on top of the highest peak. All of a sudden, the whirlwinds woke up from their sleep, and noticing the little figure in the snow, they became furious. "Who dares to trespass our property? Let's show her who we are," they screamed. "Let's blow at her so hard that she forgets where she's heading for." And they started whirling fiercely around the girl. But the girl only huddled down into her warm coat and bravely forged ahead. Soon the whirlwinds grew weary, and one after the other they fell on the ground, gasping for breath. "What a strong girl," one of them said. "We're exhausted, and she's not even tired. No human being has ever outdone us, let alone such a fragile little girl. If we cannot manage ourselves, let's call our sisters the Blizzards for help." So they called for the Blizzards, who were so angry to hear about this little girl that they roared and bellowed and threw themselves after her, shouting, "She will not outdo us." It was a long and uneven struggle, but the girl finally overcame the Blizzards too, thanks to her warm, brave heart that banished all her fear and weariness. The Blizzards fell on the ground, breathing heavily. "That's a shame," one of them hissed. "We are not able to stop her. Let's call our mother for help." "Mother," They all screamed, "Come, help!" Their mother was the Frosty Winter Witch. She came at once and said, "I saw everything. Now listen to me. When you cannot defeat someone by force, turn things the other way around. Let's be good to her." "What do you mean? Should we kiss her?" a whirlwind sneered. "Nothing of the sort," the Frosty Winter Witch said. "Let's just try to be polite and kind so she will never suspect us of any evil thoughts." So the winds stopped and the blizzards went away. The Frosty Winter Witch appeared before the girl, like a beautiful young woman in a sparkling white gown with long white hair and a crown of icy diamonds. "Am I dreaming, or is this some good miracle?" the girl thought. "This beautiful lady has the face of my dear mother, and I can hear her sweet voice singing my lullaby. Oh, how I want to hear some more. I'll sit here for a while," she said to herself. "I'm so near to the palace, no more than an hour walking left. I'll be on time." The little girl sat down and closed her eyes, and the Frosty Winter Witch grinned in delight. "Sleep, little girl, and may you sleep forever." Then she left the sleeping girl on the snowy hill and flew away to tell her children how she managed to deceive the girl. The little girl was sleeping and smiling happily, but the colour of her face was changing as time passed, and her pink cheeks became at first red, then blue, then waxy yellow. She was slowly freezing, until all of a sudden something stirred in the snow. A tiny head popped up from a hole. It was a little white mouse, her shiny black eyes fixed on the sitting figure. "Someone's in trouble," squeaked the mouse. And right after that, a number of other little holes opened in the snow, and scores of little mice peeped out of the holes. They ran to the girl and started massaging her feet and hands, but the mice were so little that their efforts were in vain, and so they called to their friends, the rabbits, for help. This time, bigger holes opened in the snow, and huge white rabbits peeped out and ran to the rescue. From the snow-covered pine trees, swarms of squirrels jumped down, and soon the girl was covered with white and brown fur all over. The small creatures warmed her up with their own furry bodies. They squealed and chirped with delight to see her cheeks become pink again, and soon the girl opened her eyes. She thanked her new friends for saving her life and told them why she was here and where she was going. "We are coming with you," the animals cheered. "We also suffer very much from this never-ending winter." Flocking around the girl, the animals accompanied her to the ice palace. They all knocked at the gate, but no one answered. What might have happened to Father Frost, the animals wondered. "Let's try to open the door. It's not locked." They opened the heavy gate, and the girl stepped in, followed by her friends. A glittering, icy corridor led them to a big crystal hall, and there, on a gorgeous throne of carved ice, Father Christmas was fast asleep, sitting on his icy throne, dressed in silver-embroidered clothes. Two squirrels jumped in his lap and tickled his face with their furry tails. A mighty sneezing sound made them all freeze with fear. But Father Christmas opened his eyes and smiled. "What are you doing here, little friends?" The girl told him everything. "You mean I had slept here while the wicked Winter Witch was trying to stop spring from coming throughout the whole winter?" Father Christmas asked in astonishment. "I guess she decided to outsmart me and stay on Earth forever, but I will not let her. Thank you, little ones, for waking me up. Now I'll restore the natural order and give everyone what he deserves." Then he blew in his silver whistle, and in an instant all his subjects appeared in the big crystal hall. He ordered them to go and find the Frosty Winter Witch and bring her to the palace so he could lock her down in the cellar until next year. He also told them to clear the skies from clouds so that the sun could melt the snow. And when the big gates opened again, the sun outside was shining and the soft snow had started to melt. The new friends parted, promising to help any time when needed. The villagers ran out to greet the brave little girl with cheers and claps and hugs. And when spring finally arrived that year, with birdsong and blossoms and bright blue skies, There was great rejoicing in that village, the likes of which had never been seen before. So, what do you think? Would you miss the spring if it were winter all year round? What is your favourite season? Maybe you have favourite parts about each season. That would make a good discussion to have with your friends and family. You could share what you love most about each season. Cheerio then. Join me next time for Journey with Story.